shouting. And the reason why I understand, the reason why some of you may not be shouting is because you really don't understand the definition of covered. Somebody shout covered. And the reason why some of you don't understand the definition of covered, and I get it, because this word covered and the phrase cover me can be used many different ways. And in fact, I discovered, Rodney, that you can use this phrase cover me at least three different ways, and it'll mean three different thoughts. But the good news is, no matter how you use it, it still applies to Christ. Let me see if I can break it down like a fraction. Hypothetically speaking, I take my god brother Craig. I've been knowing him for 40 years. Craig and I, we go to lunch, and when the bill come, as it so oftentimes do, Craig start patting his pockets, and he says, big bro, I left my wallet, and I tell Craig, don't worry about it, bro, I got you covered. Now, when Craig tells me that, and I tell Craig I got you covered, I'm really telling him that I'll pay the bill. Are y'all hearing me? That's one way the word cover means. It means I'm paying the bill. But that same phrase, covered, I got you covered, can be applied a different way. Two soldiers in a foxhole, and one soldier says to the other soldier, I'm getting ready to switch positions, and the enemy is firing at me. He says, I'm getting ready to switch positions, but cover me. And one soldier start laying down cover fire while the other soldier moved from position to position. Well, he is not saying I'll pay the bill. What he is saying is I'll protect you in battle, because that's another way cover me can mean. There's another way the word cover can be used. Hypothetically speaking, two people lying in bed at night and one person hogging all of the blanket. I don't want to call no names, but hypothetically speaking, two people lying in bed at night, and one person is cold, and the other person says, you know what, baby, I'm cold. And she says, well, don't worry about it, I'll cover you. She's not saying I'll pay the bill. She's not saying I'll protect you in battle. She is saying I'll pull the blanket. Are y'all hearing me? And in all three instances, all three applies to Jesus Christ. I praise the Lord because he's paid the bill. I praise the Lord because he's protected me in battle. I praise the Lord because he's pulled the blanket over my, y'all don't know when to shout. I praise the Lord that the Lord has kept me covered. Can I confess I hadn't been perfect all of my life? There's been times I have not dotted the I. I'm not talking about before I became the preacher. I'm talking about since I've been preaching. There's been times I've had some moral mess ups, times when I didn't cross the T, didn't dot the I, but I thank God that God pulled the blanket over my life and did not expose me. And I'm not the only one. There's somebody right now who want to pop up on your feet and give God a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of praise that God has pulled the blanket. But not only has God pulled the blanket, I've been in some battles, and I thank God. God has protected me in battle. God has supervised my life. God has kept me from losing it all. God has kept me from throwing in the towel. But not only has God protected me in battle, thank be to God, while on Calvary, he died on the cross just to pay my bill. He was pierced in the side just to pay my bill. He was hung so high and stretched so wide just to pay my bill. So you can't make me not praise him. You can't tell me to shut up. You can't tell me don't take all of that. You can't stop me from running. You can't stop me from hollering. You can't stop me from yelling. You can't stop me from dancing. When I think about the goodness of the Lord he's done for me, I'll praise him because God's got me covered. Give somebody a high five. Tell me I'm covered. I'm covered. Come on, tell me, neighbor, I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm covered. Sit down. I'm covered. I feel like shouting right there. I'm covered. I'm covered. I ain't perfect. I'm just covered. I'm not a super saint. I'm just covered. Come on. I still fall down sometimes, but I'm covered. If you make me mad, I might cuss every now and then. But thank God I'm covered. I get in an attitude sometimes, but I'm covered. Thank God I am covered. Are y'all hearing me? I gotta go. Here it is. So the writer of Psalm 91. Are y'all still here? The writer of Psalm 91. He talks about these promises. He talks about the promise of victory. Brother Aaron, the promise of victory. He says that we got these promises, and the first promise, friend, is this: God says, I'll snatch you out of the adversary's trap. Tell your other neighbor, I've been snatched. I'll snatch you out the adversary's trap. Not only, Jesse, will I snatch you out the adversary's trap, but then, Zena, I'll come, and he says, I'll shield you in the adverse time. But drop down to verse number 11, and I promise I'm going to get out of your way. In verse number 11, here's the biggest promise. Is that Eric? Here's the biggest promise. He says, Eric, the biggest promise is this. He says, I'll send you my angelic troops. He says, I'll send you my angelic troops. Please don't miss the text. In verse number 11, 12, and 13, let me read it for you. He says in the text, for he shall give angels charge over you to keep you in all of your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And then these angels will empower you to tread on the lion and the cobra. They will empower you to step on the young lion and the serpent, and to put all of those things under your feet. I declare, when we get our new building, I'm going to have a yellow sign that says shout now, because sometimes y'all shout too early and sometimes y'all shout too late. So when I get our new building, I'm going to have a big neon sign that says shout now, because you miss your chance to shout. Because watch this, the writer says, number one, that God will give you angels. Write three things down. Our angels are assigned, our angels are assisting, and our angels has authorized. God says, I have assigned you an angel. He shall give angels charge over your life. Every last one of us in the building has an angel with your name on it. Can I tell you when you got it? The moment you walked down these aisles and gave the preacher your hand and God your heart and the clerk your name, that was the day God assigned you an angel. Your angel is not like my angel. You have an angel with your name on it, and the assignment that your angel has is to assist you in every area of your life. The text says the angel's job is to guard your life and to keep your life from crashing to the ground. Can I explain to somebody here why you've been so blessed all of your life? Can I explain to somebody here why the drugs didn't take you out? Can I explain to somebody here how you made it home that night when you were too inebriated? Can I explain to somebody here why you don't have sclerosis of the liver? Can I explain to somebody tonight why you don't have AIDS because you ain't always been protected? Can I explain to somebody here why you hadn't lost your mind? It's because the angel has been working overtime, keeping your life safe. Can somebody here give God crazy praise, not only for the assigned angel, but for the assistance of the angel? The angel has been giving you, big word coming, salvific suspension. The angel has been keeping your life from hitting the ground. But the biggest thing your angel has been doing is this: your angel has been authorized to empower you to put some stuff under your feet. Look at what the text says. The text says, because you have an angel, you can step on the lion, you can walk on the cobra, you can walk on the serpent. In other words, you can put stuff that used to be over your head now under your feet. Y'all don't know when to shout. Can somebody here thank God that you now got some stuff under your feet? In fact, somebody just stand up and just start stomping up and down. You have depression under your feet. Thank God you have suicidal tendencies under your feet. Thank God you got suicide under your feet. Thank God you got malice under your feet. There was somebody that used to get on your last black nerve, but thank be to God, now they have them under your feet. And if you can't shout over nothing else, shout over the fact that now God has given you favor in your footsteps. Turn to somebody beside you and say, neighbor, look down at your feet sometime. Look at how powerful your feet are. Look how many people under your foot. God has put your enemies under your feet. Your stumbling blocks are now your stepping stone. Your haters are now your elevator. people that came against you are now people under you. Turn to the other neighbor and tell them, neighbor, I got favor in my footsteps. Well, let me close it like this. When I think about the promise of victory, my mind goes back to my favorite Bible story that's found, Alicia, in 2 Chronicles chapter number 20. Some of y'all just write it down quickly. When you go home tonight, read 2 Chronicles chapter number 20. It's the story of Jehoshaphat. Let me cut across the field. And the beauty of that story is this. In verse number 12 of 2 Chronicles, Eric, chapter number 20, Jehoshaphat, he's worried. He opened up his mouth and he talks to God. And in verse 12, he tells God, God, I'm scared. I got a multitude coming up against me and I don't know what to do. But my eyes are fixed on you. That's verse 12. But in verse 18, the same one that's worried is worshiping God. In verse 18, the same Jehoshaphat that was scared in verse 12 now is worshiping the Lord. And you may want to know what happened between verse 12 and verse 18. How is it in verse 12 he's worried, but in verse 18 he's worshiping? How is it in verse 12 he's panicking, but in verse 18 he's praising? How is it in verse 12 he's scared, but in verse 18 he's singing? It's because in verse 15 the prophet showed up and told him, you ain't got to be scared. This battle is not yours, but this battle belongs to the Lord. You know the witness shout. In other words, he got the promise of victory. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody walked in the building in a verse 12 situation. You came in and you're scared. You came in and you're worried. You walked in and you don't know. I'm not going to be late today. I got to get it out. You walked in the building and you're not sure how you're going to make it. And you came in and you didn't feel like shouting. You didn't feel like praising. You didn't feel like running. You said to yourself, I'm just going to come and just sit down and enjoy the worship service because you don't know what I've been going through. But guess what? God told me to tell you on verse 15, experience this battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. Do I have somebody in the building that can help me testify? Turn to your neighbor and look your neighbor in the face and say, neighbor, I don't know what you're going through. Y'all ain't doing it. Find somebody, look them in the face. I feel like preaching and tell them, neighbor, I don't know what you're going through, but this battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. And because you got a word in verse 15, let me see you worship him. Because you just got the promise of victory, let me see you worship him. Hold your hands up in the sky and tell God, I will bless your name at all times. His praise shall be in my mouth. Ain't he alright? Ain't he alright? Yeah, yeah, I gotta go. But before I go, turn to one more neighbor for the last time and say, neighbor, I prophesy your victory. You shall live and not die. You shall come out as gold. You shall be the head, not the tail. Ain't he alright? Ain't he alright? Yes! Yeah! Yes! Yes! Ain't he alright? Pat yourself on the chest.